with the game winner. It's been a great series, back and forth with both of these teams.
Should be a good game here this afternoon. Ricky Romero goes up against John Danks. Last time out against the Yankees, Ricky Romero was on his game. He left with a 4-run lead after 7 strong innings.
The thing that I was really impressed with Ricky Romero in that start in New York is how he used his fastball early in the count against the New York Yankees to set up his off-speed pitch, and he's got a couple of pitch. What are we talking about?
Course of this 3 games so far in the series, either club could have won any of these ball games.
It's been very entertaining, and games have been nip and tuck all the way to the end of the game. On Thursday night, it's Juan Pierre who is going to have a chance to win it. Second and third against the Blue Jays. He taps the ball to the right side with that great speed. He beats Mark Zepchinski to the bag. 2-run score, and the Blue Jays lose. The next night against Mark Burley, it's Yunel Escobar's turn. Doubles into the gap in right center field, scoring Jason Nix. The Blue Jays won that game by 2, and then Corey Patterson yesterday in the 14th inning with the walk-off home run. Back and forth, all series long. These teams have gone back at each other.
Been a good game to this point. Now I expect it to be another good game here this afternoon. Ricky Romero goes to the mound coming off a very strong outing. When he left the game after 7 innings in New York, he had a 4-run lead. He shut down the Yankees very effectively.
The bullpen gave up 4 runs late, and Romero was denied a win. But what's impressive about that game is Romero really used his fastball early in the count against the New York Yankees to set up his changeup and curveball. It's a devastating pitch that he could use to get strikeouts. He's going to have to do that again here this afternoon. Use the fastball to set up the breaking ball.
The White Sox have the lowest batting average in the American League against left-handed pitching. That should play into Ricky Romero's favor. He's up against John Danks. He is due to win a ball game. He's 0-7, as Jamie mentioned. Jamie, back to you. Should be a good game.
Sports on Rogers Sportsnet. Brought to you by your local independently owned Home Hardware or Home Hardware Building Center. Homeowners helping homeowners.
A perfect day for baseball. The roof is back at Rogers Center. Ricky Romero at 4-4, trying to improve on his record. He has a very good ERA at 2.91. The White Sox have lost 2 of the 3 games in this 4-game series. Top of the order has been tough on the Blue Jays. Juan Pierre 5 for 14. Same for Alex Ramirez in the 2 spot. They are both getting on base and scoring runs. The rest of the order, not so good. Quentin Cornejo and Rios have all been shut out in this series. Adam Dunn's had a struggle, just 1 hit in 11 at-bats. Ramon Castro starts for the 12th time this season behind the plate. Brett Lillibridge with a home run and a triple in yesterday's game. And Brett Morrow is the 3rd baseman.
Ricky Romero, his 11th start of the season, you mentioned his earned run average is now under 3 after going 2-0 with an ERA of 0.79 in his last 3 outings. Trying to win his 3rd consecutive start. Did not get a decision in that 5-4 road loss versus the Yankees on Tuesday. Romero has surrendered 2 or fewer runs in 8 of his 10 starts this season. He's pitched some great baseball.
He kept his ball club in the game. Defensively behind Romero, Corey Patterson returns to left field. He was the DH and had a big day yesterday. Davis and Bautista round out the outfield. Escobar Hill up the middle. Nixon Rivera at the corners. And JP Arancibia back behind the plate after the off day yesterday. Corey Patterson has played very well defensively in left. They are set for action, and Romero misses with the first pitch to Juan Pierre. Juan Pierre had his 12-game hit streak snapped in yesterday's game, but he's had a good series, 5 for 14.
Hit a couple of balls hard in yesterday's game, but right at the center fielder. Rajai Davis playing him perfectly. They play him around to left. Left-handed batter versus left-handed pitcher. You don't see Pierre pull too many pitches.
There's a strike. You see the outfield defense, a step or 2 to the opposite field. Corey Patterson over near the left field line. And there's poke to Patterson. He has to back up now, but he was positioned perfectly, and Pierre was retired.
There you go. That's what scouting reports are all about right there. Get the tendencies of the hitter to take fastballs and hit them to left field, and Patterson had him played perfectly.
Shortstop Alexei Ramirez had 6 at-bats. He walked also in that game. He had 7 plate appearances, ended up with a pair of doubles and a single in yesterday's game. Romero has used his fastball more frequently the last 3 starts, and it's been effective.
Certainly has. He's been able to use that, especially early in the count. I think he surprised some of the Yankees in the start. Certainly the Tampa Bay Rays 2 starts ago, that he used his fastball so much, and it has worked for him. He's only given up 2 earned runs in his last 2 starts, both of those solo home runs. 1 to B.J. Upton and 1 to Russell Martin. That's been it.
Ramirez pulls it foul. Well, you love your starters to do that. If they're going to give up home runs, you want them to be solo shots, and you like them to be aggressive. And the numbers from his last 3 starts are very impressive.
The strikeouts, those are sexy. Those look really nice. But the one that really stands out for me, 13.5 pitches per inning. Get in, get out. Don't show them too much. And Romero's certainly done that.
Glove by Nix at third. What a play. Perfectly timed his leap to the glove side and takes a hit away from Ramirez.
You know, if you're not hitting, you got to help your ball club win in another way. And Jason Nix's defense has been outstanding. Whenever they put him in there, we've seen great defense from John McDonald also. That time, timed it perfectly and took away a hit from Ramirez.
Now, that's always important when you have a RBI guy like Carlos Quentin coming up. Now he hits with nobody on and 2 outs. Quentin's been shut out in this series, 0 for 10. There's a first pitch drive to the gap in left center. That ball is hit a mile. That ball is gone. Carlos Quentin snaps an 0 for 10 in the series with a first pitch home run, number 13 for Quentin, the 4th he's hit on this road trip.
Yeah, something about the road for Carlos Quentin. 11 of his 13 home runs have now come on the road. Big slugger like that likes to extend, and watch how this pitch is out there so he can extend his arm and get that bat through. Chance for anybody to catch that one. It's gone.
Well, and Nix immediately saves a run with that fine defensive play at third. White Sox up 1-0. Konerko goes the other way and fouls it into the seats. Paul Konerko had a little flare double down the right field line. That tied it up in the ninth. Came against Frank Francisco. And get you off the fastball. Pushed him back with that up and in pitch. And a struggle for Konerko. There's some cold bats in this lineup right now.
They come into this game, the Chicago White Sox, and they have history behind them. A lot of these hitters, they start off slow, but then they heat up. But right now, they are 10th in the American League in hitting. I think that's going to change as the summer rolls along.
Konerko lays off that changeup up and away. White Sox hitting just .227 against left-handed pitching. That's the lowest average in the American League. Alex Rios is on deck. He's just 3 for 15 in this series. 2-2. Fisted foul. Ozzie Guillen, after the game last night, was visibly upset and verbally upset when you read his comments after the 14-inning loss. It went from a very good game to a horses game. You fill in blanks. 9 innings they battle back after that. The players can say what they want. They all suck.
He doesn't mince words, does he? Goes right after it, tells you like it is.
Well, that's one thing about the clubhouse for the White Sox. You never have to try to figure out what the manager's thinking. He'll tell you.
He'll tell you, or you can read about it somewhere. I'd rather play for a manager like that who lets you know where you stand than the guy who kind of hems and haws and tells you what you want to hear.
Full count. Konerko grounds it to short. Escobar has it. And Konerko will be out at first as Rivera came off the bag and got back to first. But Corey Patterson will bat second. He had 5 hits yesterday, 3rd time in his career. Jose Bautista will hit third. He hit his 20th. Blue Jays down by a run early. Carlos Quentin's home run. It was the 13th home run for Quentin. Take a look at the Blue Jays lineup. It's Escobar, Patterson, Bautista, Juan Rivera with that great at bat in the 7th inning gave the Blue Jays an 8-6 lead at the time. Aaron Sevilla back behind the plate today. Hill, Encarnacion, Davis, and Nix round out the Blue Jays lineup. They're set to take on John Danks, the left-hander.
What a season it has been for John Danks after leading the White Sox with 15 wins last year. He's looking for #1 this year. 0-7 with an ERA just over 4. Left-hander tossed his 3rd career complete game last time out and still lost to the Texas Rangers. There are the rest of his numbers: 72 hits and 66 in the third innings. Has not really fared well here in Toronto in his career, going 1-2 with an ERA over 5 in 4 starts.
You know, Escobar looks at a fastball. It's 2-2.
And if you think about John Danks, think of Mark Burley with a little bit better fastball. He's got all 4 of the pitches. He likes to work quickly, and he throws strikes.
Change up right back up the middle for a base hit. Escobar's aboard a leadoff single. Big day for Corey Patterson and Jose Bautista, the 2-3 hitters in John Farrell's lineup. Patterson with 5 hits, Bautista with 3, including his 20th home run. Patterson with the walk-off homer in the 14th.
You can certainly tie these two together. Patterson really flourishing in the number 2 hole, hitting ahead of Bautista, and when he is on base with that threat to steal, Bautista gets better pitches to hit.
Patterson did something historically in the game of baseball. His 5-hit game with a walk-off homer in the 14th. That's the first time it's happened since George Brett had a similar game in '79. George Brett had a walk-off home run in the bottom of the 16th against the Orioles. That was his 5th hit. And he actually hit for the cycle with an extra home run. That's a George Brett day.
Corey Patterson, when you told him that stat today, was pretty excited to be mentioned in the same sentence as George.
Patterson's had 3 career 5-hit games. He's been a red-hot hitter of late. Gets another hit. Hits it by Canerco. Escobar is headed for third. Clinton throws it to the cutoff man, and the Blue Jays have something going. Deja vu all over again. Looks like yesterday's start.
Did that work out to perfection? That's another reason why they like him in that number 2 hole. When that runner is on at first base, the first baseman has to hold him on. That creates a nice hole on the right side where you can rifle one through. And Escobar can make it easily at the third base. Sets up a big inning with the big bats coming up.
Same scenario as yesterday's first inning. First and third. Nobody out. Bautista came to the plate and hit a 3-run homer. Blue Jays down 1-0. Cutter up and in. The fans are reacting more than Bautista. He knows how they're going to pitch him. They're going to try to crowd him and keep him from extending.
You have to. You have to push him off the plate. You have to make him move his feet at some point.
Pulled just over Escobar in foul territory at third.
One of the things pitchers can look in, and if he looks very comfortable at the plate, you have to be able to move him. Knock him down, pitch inside, whatever you want to call it. Hitters look very comfortable, and Bautista's one of them.
Changeup inside. Bautista was on base 5 times yesterday. Home run swing. He was out in front a bit. 2-2. Great opportunity for the Blue Jays early here against John Danks. Escobar's at third with a leadoff single to center. Patterson's at first. This has been a house of horrors for the White Sox. Just 6-21 over their last 27 games at Rogers Center. Line drive, base hit. Escobar comes in. The game is tied at 1-1. Bautista has another RBI, 36 for the season.
First inning, runners on base, you have to pitch to them. John Farrell was telling us before the game that Bautista's doing a lot of damage early because they have to pitch to him early in the ball game. As the game goes along, they start taking the bat out of his hand. Good start here again with an RBI single. You know, you were mentioning about the White Sox having their troubles here, and they've lost games every way you can figure out here in this ballpark. Walk-off hits, getting blown out, comebacks. Their pitchers throw great games and they run into better pitching. It's just been something for them.
Juan Rivera goes after the first pitch and pops it out of play. Rivera had the great at bat in the 7th inning against Jesse Crain, a 10-pitch at bat with the bases loaded and 2 outs. And he delivered a 3-run double to the wall in left center. Rivera with a 10-game hit streak.
In that 10-game hit streak, there's been some production too for Rivera. 385 average, 7 RBIs, and 7 extra base hits.
John Farrell was talking about the focus of Rivera since he's moved to first. His bat has come around at the same time. He's played 11 games at first and has a 10-game hit streak.
Instead of just thinking about DHing or just swinging, all he can do is he can go out there now and start playing some defense, know that he's going to be in the lineup every single day.
Sometimes a time in between at bats for DH, all you think about is how many bad things you did in your previous at bat. When you play first base, you don't have the time to ponder. 1-2. Popped out of play.
Plus he's getting some more consistent playing time. That always helps. His regular season is looking like his spring training. Remember how cold he was in spring training when it started?
Hey, he got hot at the end and you say, well, he's going to carry that right into the regular season. Well, it didn't happen. He went back to struggling at the plate, but he has picked it up lately. And he's become a very hot hitter in tough situations. Blue Jays have tied it here in the first. Jose Bautista RBI single. 3 hits in a row off John Danks. This is similar to the at bat he had yesterday against Jesse Crain. Rivera fouling off tough pitches.
When Crain stayed away from him, and he certainly did until he made a mistake with that last pitch. Everything was away and Rivera kept fouling it off, seeing the ball. As soon as that pitcher made a mistake, he jumped all over it.
John Danks making his 5th start here at Rogers Center. He's 1-2 with an ERA over 5. John Danks still looking for his first win. He's 0-7 overall, and he's been roughed up on the road.
Total run support in 5 starts. He's had 4 runs to work with. I mean, you're not going to win too many games that way.
Opponents have hit over 300 against Danks. And it's the young man that won 15 games a year ago.
Well, he's got every weapon that you need to win, and he's done it in the past. Just hasn't worked out for him yet. He threw a complete game his last time out and still lost.
A ball and 2 strikes. There go the runners. Foul back. Patterson had a good jump. Bautista followed him into second, but they'll retreat. Still nobody out here in the first inning. The Blue Jays have had 3 consecutive base hits to start the game, and Juan Rivera is having another extended at bat against John Danks. Changeup, got him. Danks goes back to the changeup and gets the first out of the inning on a strikeout.
And that's one of his favorite pitches that he will use. Again, think Mark Burley with a little bit better fastball. That time he'll pull the string against Rivera and put up a good fight. 8 pitches. That time came up empty.
So with 1 out, J.P. Arencibia back into the lineup. He was out of yesterday's game. Friday night, Aaron Sebia had a single and 4 at-bats. Banged up his catching thumb in that game on Friday night. Patterson certainly in the mind of John Danks right now. He broke from second during the Rivera at bat. 1 out. As a hitter, does Patterson's bouncing around at second affect J.P. Arencibia?
No, I don't think so. In a run scoring situation right here, you're not concentrating on Patterson at the in the background where you're looking out. If he goes early in the count, that might take your concentration off. But him bouncing around, though, you're zeroed in on that pitcher.
Until you get 2 strikes, if Patterson goes, can Arencibia see that and take a pitch?
With 2 strikes?
No, before 2 strikes.
Yeah, oh yeah. Yeah, that's the best time to go, I think, early in the count, where a good hitter can take that pitch. And, you know, if I'm hitting and I get the sign to steal, go early, because I'll let you get to third base with less than 2 outs all day long. It just makes me a better hitter.
So now it's a ball and 2 strikes. Different scenario for Patterson at second. Arencibia fouls it up.
We had signs when we were with Cleveland, and we had the same type of offense where we had to generate some runs, and we actually had a sign with runners on first and second where the runner would tell the hitter, hey, I'm thinking about stealing third. So you knew as a hitter when to take a pitch, when he was going to take off, so you can anticipate that a little bit easier.
So now if you got a good pitch to hit and you saw the runner breaking, you're going to take it more often than not?
Well, let's see who the pitcher is. If it's Dave Steed, then it's right down the middle. Yeah, I'll take my chances with a guy at third, because then I can score with a grounder or a fly ball.
He throws you a hanging breaking ball before the
from a lefty.
Yeah, you're swinging.
Yeah, you're thinking 3, right?
2 balls, 2 strikes. First and second, 1 out. And Sebia was out in front. The next pitch will be the 30th pitch for John Danks. It's a rough start to his outing.
Won't keep you around long if you have a lot of innings like this.
Full count. Aaron Hill's on deck. Good base runners aboard here early in this ball game. Hill on deck. You'd like to see him have a chance to come to the plate with a couple on. They might start the runners here.
Jose Bautista with a huge lead over at first.
There they go. Ball 4. Hill will come to the plate with runners on, 3 of them.
Donnie Cooper, the pitching coach for the Chicago White Sox, notices something about John Danks, and he very quickly has popped out of the dugout, making his way to the mound. He's one of the best, I think, in all of baseball. He can pick up little idiosyncrasies, what you are doing in your mechanics. He can find something. He can suggest something. And right now, you see him doing all the talking. He has seen something in John Danks that he didn't like.
This is his 9th year as a pitching coach with the White Sox. He knows his pitchers very well, but Danks had a lot to deal with 2 on and Patterson jockeying at second base for a lead. Bautista's got a huge lead, and he ends up walking Arencibia. So there's still just 1 out. Danks is in a mess. Aaron Hill, the second baseman, lays off the inside pitch. Hill had a 2-run double in yesterday's game. That came in the 3rd inning.
Time for some RBIs right here. The pitcher has to come to you.
Popped It's back out of play.
That swing was a little long right there from Hill. He was thinking about hitting the ball in the seats, and he got a little long. His last 7 games, he has struggled a bit. It's been an up and down year for Aaron.
He's had success against John Danks, 3 for 8 with a homer. Drives this one to left. It's hit hard. Grand slam home run. Aaron Hill, #1 of the season.
That's a good way to get your first one right there. Fastball in, a much shorter swing than the one that he fouled back on. Down and in, a short swing, and I think Aaron knew that he got it. Right down the line for a grand slam.
Five-run first inning. Edwin Encarnacion back in the DH spot. What a relief for Aaron Hill. Been a long drought waiting for his first home run, and he does it in dramatic fashion. A grand slam. First career grand slam for Aaron Hill, and for the Blue Jays, first grand slam of the season. Riding a crest of a wave after that 14-inning win from last night's game. Patterson with a hit, Bautista with a hit. 4 hits in the inning, capped off by a grand slam home run.
J.P. Arancibia setting that up with a good at bat. He fell behind 2 strikes early against John Danks and then battled him to get the walk.
Edwin Encarnacion, he's hit his first of the season. Back-to-back home runs. The 3rd time this year the Jays have gone back-to-back. It's 6-1 Blue Jays.
You want to see how strong Edwin Encarnacion is? It looked like an off-speed pitch that was down and in. And he one-hands it out of the ballpark into the upper deck to left field. How about that? Now we got to get Rajai Davis a home run.
Hill and Encarnacion back-to-back, both with their first home runs of the season. Lots of smiles in the Jays dugout. Davis hits it to third. Big hop for Morel. That's just the 2nd out of the inning.
Jays came into this game 3rd in the American League in home runs with 55. And he used Ricky Romero's bat.
How about that? He knew there were a lot of hits left in that bat.
Yeah. Like all of them.
So Nix is the 9th Blue Jays to bat here in the opening inning. And Ricky Romero can breathe easier after giving up a home run to Carlos Quentin. Bruce Dreckman down at first. The Knicks went too far. He'll pop up into center. Rio's got a late break, and that's going to fall for a base hit. Knicks started to go for second. Now he'll get back to first. Knicks had to stop. He made a big turn, and now Corey Lavella's asking him if he's all right. But Rios broke back on the big swing, and the ball falls in front of him.
Look how deep he is also. Doesn't get a good read off the bat. It bounces in, and that breaks a streak for a third baseman's hit. for the
Third
Blue
baseman
Jays.
had been 0 for 42. They had not gotten a hit since May 15th. John McDonald, the last third baseman to get a hit. So the Jays have batted around in the first, and Escobar got it started. A leadoff single to center. Jason Nix snaps an 0 for 22 streak. And remember, the White Sox, they used 6 pitchers in yesterday's game as well. 14-inning affair. Ozzie Guillen actually had the starter Edwin Jackson and another starter Floyd start and finish the game. Gavin Floyd took the loss in relief.
Still carrying just 6 relievers. The White Sox made a roster move this morning. Tony Pena, one of the relievers, is out, and Lucas Hamill is up. But they have the luxury of having a couple of those starters in that bullpen.
This is going to be a 50-pitch inning for John Danks. And it's a ball, the 50th pitch of the inning. Starters have had some forgettable starts this season. 2-2, 2 outs. Grounded to third. This should do it. Force out at second, and the White Sox finally get out of the first inning. It takes John Danks 51 pitches to close out the first. Aaron Hill with the bases loaded, a grand slam home run, his first home run of the season, and right behind him, Edwin Encarnacion, his first home run with Ricky Romero's bat. Eastern, when Canadian junior hockey supremacy is on the line. It will be St. John at Mississauga facing off for the 2011 MasterCard Memorial Cup. Join us at 7 at Sunday evening on Sportsnet East, Ontario, West, and Pacific. Great wrap up to championship weekend. The Memorial Cup tonight at 7. Alex Rios pops it up. Bautista jogs in. He's there. First out of the second.
Quickly, let's take a look at the scouting report for Ricky Romero, brought to you by Home Hardware. Homeowners helping homeowners. Ricky Romero standing tall on that mound. When he can stand tall, stay behind the pitches, his fastball's got a little extra on it, bringing the heat too. Throwing a little bit harder as he throws more fastballs. And he's got a lethal combination. His curveball and his changeup have been outstanding all season long. But it's been set up by his good fastball.
Take a look at the defensive shift with Adam Dunn. Escobar stays put at shortstop. Nix moves to second base, and Aaron Hill's in shallow right. Or medium right if you want. He is way out there in right field.
Why couldn't he have been there when Konerko was up in the 9th inning yesterday? He would have been able to catch that ball. But there's nothing you could do with that. What happened in the 9th inning?
Adam Dunn 1 for 11 into the series. Three and 0. Right on the outside corner. There's Hill in shallow right. That's just about where Paul Konerko dropped that bloop double for the game tying hit in the 9th. Adam Dunn's had a tough stretch against left-handed pitching this year, still looking for his first hit of the season.
Hard to believe. When you take a look at the numbers, 0 for 36. Coming into this year, he was a .235 hitter versus left-handed pitching, which is respectable, I think, if you're going to trade the home runs for the outs.
So man is on with 1 out. It's a 6-1 Blue Jays lead. Let's check in with Jamie Campbell. The Mets are doing a pretty good job staying close to 500.
How?
I don't know.
With all the injuries that they have had.
David Wright's still on the disabled list. The catcher, Ramon Castro. Base hit into right field. Went the other way with it. So the walk to Dunn with 1 out. Now a base hit. Castro starting behind the plate for the 12th time this season. So with 1 out, Brett Lillibridge playing at second base this afternoon. Had a big game yesterday. He went 2 for 5 with a triple and a home run. 5 home runs, a new career high for the White Sox second baseman. First pitch strike. Ricky Romero will look back at that leadoff walk to Adam Dunn and really want to kick something. Dunn has struggled, as we mentioned. He hadn't had a hit against a left-handed pitcher, and he gives him a 1-out walk to put him in scoring position.
Yeah, falls behind and then tried to come back against Dunn. Ended up walking him, and that allowed Castro to punch one through the right side. Make a good pitch here. Here are Ricky's numbers in 2 starts. One of those starts outstanding last year.
Ball and a strike. Big swing and a miss from Lillibridge. Romero had a no-hitter late into a ball game here at Rogers Center last year. Alex Rios hit a home run up off of him to break up the no-hitter. Lillibridge stays alive as he poked that pitch away. 6-1 Blue Jays. The White Sox broke out on top. A solo home run in the first. A 2-out shot by Carlos Quentin, his 13th. And then the Blue Jays stormed back, send 10 men to the plate, and score 6 runs, including a grand slam home run by Aaron Hill. Changeup. 2-2. Aaron Seavey back behind the plate. We mentioned he banged up his thumb on Friday night. Took a foul tip off the glove hand. And then a couple of pitches from Sean Camp, that sinking fastball, banged up the tip of his left thumb. Lillibridge drives it to center. Rajay Davis back. Over the shoulder catch. What a catch by Davis. Castro was all the way to around second. And Rajay Davis saved 1 run for sure, maybe 2. That's a determined effort by Rajay Davis. He made up his mind he was going to catch this ball.
Yeah, and there's no substitution for flat-out speed where you can just outrun the baseball. Turns his back to home plate, and then it's a dead sprint. Reaches back fearlessly, goes up and makes the catch before running into that wall. That's 2 runs for sure. I think both of the runners score. And Lillibridge is either at second or third base, and another run. Great grab at center field by Davis.
2 outs now for the number 9 hitter, Brent Morrell. Ricky Romero has had 2 good defensive plays made behind him to save runs already. Line drive was caught by the third baseman, Jason Nix, just before Quinton's home run. And then that ball by Lillibridge was caught by Rajay Davis.
Romero's throwing hard right now, but watching him, as many times as we have seen Romero, is leaning back too much as he lets go of the pitch. That one number that we talked about in the scouting report about standing tall. He needs to stand a little bit taller on the mound and drive towards home plate.
So much of a pitcher's success is related to his effort, emotions, and tension level. And Ricky's really tightly wrapped. And he doesn't show the emotion the same way we see it with Kyle Drabek, but
yeah,
he's fighting it out there right now.
He wants to win as bad as anybody.
Should be an easy play for the left fielder, Corey Patterson, and Morrell is retired. Boy, good defense early in this ball game has hurt the White Sox. Blue Jays throwing the leather around. They enjoy a 5-run lead. Patterson inbound. Here in the second. He was the game changer yesterday with 5 hits.
First one right back through the middle, and then he squibs one off the end of the bat. Good speed gets it going. Works this one through the middle, and then when Molina took off, he was able to punch one through the right side, and then there's the big one right there in the 14th inning off the back wall for the game winner. What a day.
The third 5-hit day in Patterson's career. Prior to yesterday, last time he did it was July 22nd of '06. There's a ball hit into center field. Rios on the run. He'll get there and make the catch. 1 out.
As Patterson makes his way back into the dugout, the scouting report for John Diggs, better than record indicates. This is a guy who won 15, 13, and 12 games the last 3 years, each year with an ERA right around 3. He's got premium pitches, a fastball with good sink, to it. Curveball, he'll cut his fastball, and he's got a great changeup. And another thing that Danks does, he can nullify that running game. Good pickoff move.
There's a breaking ball. It's 1-1. Go back to 2008. Danks is in the upper echelon of left-handed pitchers. Bautista pops it up. Juan Pierre, the left fielder, comes in. 2 quick outs. Let's check in with Jamie Campbell. Andy Oliver making his major league debut. Young left-hander's got great stuff, but the Boston Red Sox, I don't care who's pitching against him right now, they're going to get some hits.
Cy Young could be pitching against him right now. They'd be raking.
Led by Adrian Gonzalez and Carl Crawford. They have really gotten hot in the month of May. Juan Rivera, he struck out in his first at-bat. Had another extended at-bat, fouled off a lot of pitches. Then Danks got him with a changeup. John Danks, just 26 years old. A former #1 pick of the Texas Rangers. He was traded to the White Sox in 2006 for Brandon McCarthy, big right-handed pitcher. McCarthy has since moved on to Oakland and pitching very well. Rivera lines it to left. That'll get down and past Juan Pierre all the way to the wall. Rivera headed for second, and he's thinking about third. He makes the turn. Ramirez says throw to third, and Rivera is out. Rivera hit the ball very well, but gambled to go to third, and the White Sox executed the cutoff and relay. After 2, it's top of the third inning here at Rogers Center. Game 4 of this 4-game series. Blue Jays have won 2 of the first 3 games. Top of the order, Juan Pierre looks at a first pitch strike.
Pierre's had a good series. 5 for 15, triple, 2 RBIs, a couple of runs scored, a couple of walks. He has certainly done his job as a leadoff hitter.
He gets another base hit. Pierre with his 6th hit of the series. Fans, a reminder, Honda Super Camp, presented by Baseball Canada, taking place all across Canada. You can be part of the #1 baseball camp in Canada. Winnipeg, Manitoba on August 29th, 30th, and 31st will be the site. The instructors at that camp will include Dwayne Ward, Holman Bush, Darren Hall, and Rance Mullenix. Log on to BlueJays.com/camps for more information. The Blue Jays are proud supporters of amateur baseball across Canada. Alexei Ramirez was robbed of a base hit his first time up on a good diving play by Jason Nix at third. Ricky Romero 4-4 for the season, coming in this game a very good 2.91 ERA.
Battling himself right now, trying to throw some quality pitches. Just hasn't been able to get his breaking stuff over in the strike zone.
Just really kind of out of rhythm so far. Retired the first two batters and then gave up a solo home run to Carlos Quentin. Walked the batter, gave up a hit in the second, but got out of it.
Pierre with good speed over at first base, but I don't know if they will risk sending him here, being down by 5 runs early.
Plus, he's only been successful 50% of the time this year. Got a big lead. There he goes. Aaron Sebia can't come up with it. It is a stolen base for Pierre.
All in the dirt. Tough one to throw him out, but you see the umpire call it a strike, so it should be 2-2.
Yeah, it's 2-2. David Rackley pointed to Ramirez to indicate that he swung at the pitch. So Pierre's at second. There he goes toward third, fouled off. He got a great jump, but Ramirez hitting with 2 strikes, couldn't let that one pass.
So I guess they are taking a page out of the Blue Jay book right there. Down by 5 runs, try and make something happen.
Well, when you look at the White Sox record, you look at the way they've been struggling to score runs. They're inconsistent lineup, especially in this batting order. They've hit .227 against left-handed pitching for the season. I guess Ozzie Guillen says, you know what, I got to try to start something.
The average is just 4 runs a game, which is 10th best in the American League.
Two and 2 to Ramirez. Swung on and missed. Aaron Sebia blocks it and tags Ramirez up. First strikeout of the afternoon for Ricky Romero.
Yeah, it comes with a changeup, too.
So it'll be Carlos Quentin after the day off yesterday. Quentin solo home run in the first inning with 2 outs.
We'll see if the Blue Jays now pitch him a little bit tighter. He's the type of hitter who likes to get his arms extended and get that barrel of the bat out in front. We'll see if they try and jam him now with stuff in. He's right on top of the plate.
See, Aaron Sebia is set up on the inside corner. He has moved into the top 5 in home runs. 11 of those 13 home runs have come on the road. He's the leading road home run hitter in the American League. You mentioned that Quentin stands right on top of the plate. He likes to extend those arms, and pitchers in the American League pound him inside. He's been hit 9 times.
The most in the American League. It's from an open stance.
Good job by Aaron Sebia smothering that curveball in the dirt.
Good job by JP to get down. softens up his body. If you are tense as a catcher, you can't move. That time he softened it up and he took the blow of that ball. Good job there, just keeping it in front of him.
Quentin with a hitter's count, 2-0. Pierre at second, 3-0.
In New York, he was working quickly. He was throwing strikes. He was down in the bottom part of the strike zone and then using his breaking ball to get outs. Today just doesn't seem in rhythm, doesn't seem in sync. But that's a thing that you can go out there and get into a nice little rhythm.
3-1 count now. Konerko on deck. Romero didn't have a 1-2-3 inning against the Yankees on Tuesday until the fourth. Took him a while to get sorted out. That's a low strike. Quentin thought the ball was down. He was headed for first.
You know, what you don't want to do is show up the umpire, and I don't think he was trying to. That ball right at the knees. He thought it was low.
So it's a full count with one out. Ground ball. Pierre has to hold his ground at second. Quentin's retired. Second out of the inning. Well, Paul Konerko 0 for 1 so far. Konerko tied the game up for the White Sox in the ninth inning with a 2-out bloop double down the right field line. This time he lines it to left. One hop to Patterson. Pierre around third. He'll score easily as Konerko delivers another RBI. It's a 6-2 game.
Third in the American League in RBIs because he's a good hitter, good situational hitter. Has an idea at the plate what he wants to do. It looked like a looping breaking ball that is hit hard in the left field. Konerko's just a good hitter.
And now Alex Rios. It's the first pitch strike. Been a rough start to Rios this season, hitting just .204. Starting pitchers will make 32, 33 starts during the regular season. And it's very rare they go out there where everything's quickened. And today's one of those days for Romero where he's really trying to find his rhythm and timing. Ball has driven into center field. Davis over in the gap makes a running catch. Rios is retired. The White Sox strand a base runner, but they get one back. It's a 6-2 Blue Jays lead, middle of the third. inning, including the Blue Jays' first grand slam of the season off the bat of Aaron Hill. J.P. Arancibia, big swing and a miss. Arancibia had a big at bat in the first inning. He was behind Danks 0-2 and worked Danks for the walk.
Yeah, worked hard. He has put together some good at bats here in the last couple of weeks. The Justin Verlander no-hit game comes to mind. His at bat in that one. Had some good at bats in Minnesota also, where he homered. He's growing as a catcher defensively, and I think the more we watch him hit, he's growing as a hitter too.
Yeah, he's a pretty smart hitter to begin with. He's always had a lot of confidence in his ability to hit. He is second in the American League for home runs by a catcher to Russell Martin. Two and two. Full count. Part of having success for a young hitter is recognizing the strike zone. And Arancibia does a pretty good job of that.
Especially against the lefties. He has just worn them out this year. 3 of his 8 home runs against them.
Gets underneath this one and lifts it to left. One out here in the bottom of the third. So Aaron Hill steps to the plate in his first at bat with the bases loaded. He gets his first home run of the season.
The pitch before that, his swing was long, looking like he was trying to hit the ball out of the ballpark. Went back to a good swing, nice and short. Put the barrel on the ball, and he's got plenty of power.
Gets underneath this one and lifts a high fly near the left field foul line. Pierre in foul ground makes the catch.
You know, when you score 6 runs in the first inning, the worst thing you can do as a group of hitters is say, okay, that's it, we've done our job, go ahead and we'll just let it go. Here's another home run. Encarnacion looked like a changeup down and away, and he golfed it out of here. That was the 6th run of the inning. What you don't want to do is stop scoring now. You want to put together some good at bats and really put an exclamation point on this game and say, okay, that's it. You're not going to come back.
There's another pop-up. Quentin comes in. He's got a beat on it. Boy, that's a good quick inning for John Danks. 3 fly ball outs. We have played 3 complete. It's a 6-2 lead for the Blue Jays. Meets Mississauga at the 2011 MasterCard Memorial Cup. It comes down to a single game winner-take-all. The final game of the 2011 MasterCard Memorial Cup tonight on Sportsnet East, Ontario, West, and Pacific. Adam Dunn Took a walk from Ricky Romero his last time up. Goes after the fastball. Pops it out of play. 0-2. Dunn had a very unusual series. He has a 4 strikeout game and a 4 walk game in this series. Back-to-back games. That's the first time a big leaguer's done that since 1968.
First time that I've ever seen that, where a batter goes 2 straight games without ever hitting a ball in fair territory.
Adam Dunn has always had a lot of both walks and strikeouts, but never before a 4 walk and 4 strikeout game back to back. Swings through that fastball.
Quick innings. That's what Ricky Romero's looking for right now. Staying in the windup, making good pitches, getting his team back in that dugout. This time he's going to go upstairs. He actually misses his spot, but Dunn swings right through it. Second strikeout this afternoon for Romero.
Ramon Castro had a single to right his first time up. Okay, now it looks like Romero's starting to find the groove.
Stay in that windup so you can get that rhythm going.
0-2. This is what happened with Romero last time out against the Yankees. He had a 1, 2, 3, 4th inning. All of a sudden, the quality of his pitches has improved dramatically.
Yeah, a little sharper. They're down in the strike zone. This pitch here will tell you how he's feeling right now. It's probably going to be a changeup.
Gets the strikeout with the changeup. Back-to-back strikeouts in the 4th.
It's Canada's best-selling car 13 years in a row. Honda, the official vehicle of the Toronto Blue Jays.
Two outs. Blue Jays up 6-2. Top of the 4th inning. Second baseman Brent Lillibridge, foul tip. Lillibridge, a pretty good looking player and a versatile player. He started in right field in yesterday's game. Later on came in defensively to play second, and today he gets the start at second base.
He has also had 3 starts in center field this year, 2 of them in left field. And this afternoon is his first start at second base for the White Sox.
Now the start at second base has a lot to do with Gordon Beckham's injury. He was injured here when he was hit in the eye. 0-2 upstairs. Beckham suggests he might be ready to play by tomorrow. White Sox will go to Boston to finish up this long road trip. A ball and 2 strikes. Looping breaking ball. He got underneath. That changeup always wicked. Ricky Romero has a great 4th inning. He strikes out the side. His first 1, 2, 3 inning of the afternoon. Adam Dunn starts the inning out and goes after the fastball. Chases the changeup. Lillibridge 3 in a row. Good inning for Ricky Romero. Online, vote at BlueJays.com. You can cast up to 25 votes per email address. Vote early, vote often. Send your Blue Jays to the All-Star game, and that guy should be front and center at the All-Star game. Jose Bautista having another terrific season. Another hit here this afternoon. His average up to 354. Ouch. Hit by pitch to start the inning. Rajay Davis is aboard.
Fastball inner half. Right on the hip of Rajay Davis. Best way to get back there is go ahead and steal.
It's only a 4-run game. It's a 6-2 ball game here in the 4th inning. John Danks has settled down after a 51-pitch first inning.
He's got a good pickoff move at first base. Varies his delivery towards home.
Well, he's got a great mentor on his team in Mark Burley. Burley's as good as anybody in the game controlling the running game. And Danks has patterned his style of pitching along the lines of Burley.
Just like it. 6 base runners have tried to steal against him, and he's caught them 3 times. Tough to get a lead when he's got that slide step moving towards home plate. Rajay Davis, the best base stealer on the Blue Jays in terms of numbers.
Right on the inside corner. 1-2. John Danks comes from a very athletic family. His brother Jordan's an outfielder in AAA with the White Sox. His sister Emily is a volleyball player at Ohio State. And his father was a 4-year letterman at University of Texas as a basketball player. Bouncing ball to third. Morel has to go to first, the only play he had. Nix is retired. Davis moves to second. So you can see where Danks gets all of his athletic ability. It's in the family genes.
Yeah, he understands it too. He understands about running game. And he's a good pitcher. That 0-7 record, it's hard to believe he's 0-7. This guy won 15 games last year, and he's pitched some good games. He's just been pitching on the wrong day.
Yunel Escobar 1 for 2 so far this afternoon. Davis is very adept at stealing third. He is 6 for 6 in his steal attempts of third base.
On Friday, the White Sox pitchers were out here early working on their inside move. That's where the pitcher acts like he's going to home, but then spins to try and pick the runner off at second base. The word is getting around that the Blue Jays like to try and steal third.
There he goes. No chance at all for the catcher. Right on the money, but late. Davis has another steal of third.
That one was not stolen on Ramon Castro, the catcher. That one went off of John Danks. And a heads-up play by Davis. He kept creeping off when John Danks returned towards home. He went with a higher leg kick. And even though the throw was right there, you can't get that kind of speed. So the infield has to come in now with just 1 out.
Good opportunity for Escobar. And he has the right idea. Lifts it in the air, but it's foul. Rajay Davis with his 15th steal. Only Jacoby Ellsbury of the Red Sox has more. David Rackley has a liberal inside corner. Both teams have complained about that inside strike. 1-2, 1 out. And Danks goes right back in there.
You better, and as a hitter, you better be aware of that they're calling that inside fastball. Just open up a little bit quicker. Be a little bit shorter to the ball and you'll be fine.
Bouncing ball past Konerko into right. Davis comes in. Escobar picks up the RBI. That's the perils of playing in. That bouncing ball, just a ground ball, but Konerko limited because he was playing in. Didn't have much range.
That's exactly right. So you can pin that run right on Rajay Davis, and him stealing third base. The infield has to come in, and the reaction time is a little bit shorter if you're that close. Escobar bangs it right by him, and Davis scores the 7th run for the Jays.
Stay tuned. Coming up, a connected update with Jamie Campbell and Greg Zahn from the BlackBerry broadcast studio. Corey Patterson. Blue Jays have gotten 1 run back. Jays this afternoon, runners in scoring position, have gone 3 for 4. A pretty good job with chances to drive in runs.
You're a different team when you hit with runners on.
Corey Patterson drives it to right. Quentin back. Home run, Patterson. Number 4, a 2-run shot. 3rd Blue Jays home run of the afternoon.
John Danks, for all his troubles this year, had come into this game giving up just 8 home runs all season long in 66 innings. And the Jays have touched him up. First Hill, then Encarnacion, and now Corey Patterson is 2nd in 2 days.
Jose Bautista takes a first pitch strike. Corey Patterson's going to locker right next to Jose Bautista the rest of the year, making sure he doesn't get too far away from him. Jose, you stay right where you are, right behind me. Boy, and Patterson's a good fastball hitter.
Yep. That's why they have him hitting in front of him.
Two balls and a strike. Off-speed breaking ball. Inside corner for a strike. Ozzie Guillen's team's had a tough time in this ballpark. Bautista pops it up a mile high over shortstop. Ramirez makes the catch there, 2 down. Look at John Danks had something to say to Bautista as he came around the mound. And Bautista said something right back to him. You see, Bautista, his first word was what? As if Danks had said something to him first. The only thing I could think about was Danks upset by the hard swings.
Yeah. So what?
Yeah.
Right?
It's the 4th inning.
Yeah.
It's not the 8th inning. The 8th inning, I might agree with you, a little different story.
As a hitter, because you're up by 7, you're supposed to lay down now? I don't think so.
A 9-2 game. John Danks has had a tough outing. 6 runs on 6 hits in the first. He's given up 3 home runs. John Danks, Jojo Reyes, and Ubaldo Jimenez. All without wins after 7 starts, a minimum. Konerko waves everybody off, and he makes the catch, and the inning comes to an end. Rivera pops out to end the inning, but another home run off John Danks. Corey Patterson goes deep for the second consecutive day. His fourth home run has made it 9-2 Blue Jays after 4. Tacoma, another big night for the hitters.
What's new? Brett Lawrie again, now 4 for 6. Just 2 more home runs and 4 RBIs. He is now breaking down in the minor leagues, up about 350. Travis Snyder, 3 hits, and Brett Cecil, 9 hits, 5 earned runs. Pitching into the 8th inning, Cecil 5-1 going into that game.
Romero throws a first pitch strike to the number 9 hitter. John Danks, a tough outing, and his woes continue. He's 0-7 on the season. He and Bautista evidently exchanged words after Bautista's last at bat. To give you an idea about Brett Lawrie, he's got 75 hits in the minors, 35 extra base hits. He scored 50 runs. Brett Morrell drills it down the left field line. That'll bounce off the wall. Patterson over quickly. His throw to second base will stop. Well, Corey Patterson looks like a different player playing left field than when he was in center.
Made a catch the other night where he crashed into the wall, or almost ran right through the wall to make the catch. This time he will go to his right very quickly. What looked like extra bases for Morrell is now just a long single as Patterson gets over there and throws a strike to second base.
Left field is regarded as a very difficult position to play. And now Patterson's going to get tested. He's going to back up as Pierre lifts it to left. So there's one out here, top of the 5th inning, and we talk about Brett Lawrie in the minor leagues. He's saying all the right things. Not only is he playing well, but this is his quote after the game last night. I want to get to the majors. I have to go out there and play the games and be solid defensively. I have to focus on where I am at the moment. Time will tell. I mean, that sounds like Nuke Lelouch. Like Crash Davis has written the script for him. Well, he's saying all the right things.
You know, it's the right things, and if you read into that, that is a very confident ball player right there. That he knows that his time will come. He knows that he'll play in the major leagues at some point. He's got to do all the right things before he gets there.
JP Arencibia has been a real positive influence on Brett Lawrie. Arencibia, Snyder, and Lawrie all lived together during spring training. And Brett Lawrie came over to the Blue Jays, and his reputation wasn't very good. He was kind of a hothead and regarded as a selfish player in the Brewers system, but boy, he has been nothing but exemplary since he's gotten to the Blue Jays, and Arencibia and Snyder both had a lot to do with it. Bouncing ball. That's a foul ball. Boy, that was very close, but Rob Drake coming in behind Nix, had a real good look at where the contact was made, and it was in foul territory.
Yeah, he was all over that. That is Rob Drake, third base umpire today. Watch him come up the line and track Jason Nix. And it's where the player touches it. And it's obviously foul. Good call.
To finish up the thought on Aaron Seavey, a couple of days ago, he made a call to Brett Laurie and said, listen, I know you're doing great down there. Just keep doing your job and don't worry about why you're not in the big leagues. Sooner or later, your time will come. 1-2. Another foul. Aaron Seavey has said he kind of got in the same jam in 2009 when he was doing well. He expected to be called to the big leagues. The call never came, and he got distracted.
And then went back there last year and had a super year. Pacific Coast League Player of the Year, 32 home runs, and still wasn't called up during the season. So if there's anybody who knows about that, it's today's catcher for the Jays.
Well, I think the encouraging aspect of all of this is the Blue Jays are developing some fine character young players. And I express character. And John Farrell, the manager, is all about character, and he wants guys on the team that are character guys. And Aaron Seavey, Romero, Bautista, all around the diamond. And then you bring in Brett Laurie and hold him to those standards. Starting to build something.
How about the leadership qualities of J.P. Arencibia? To be able to pick up the phone like that and talk to one of his buddies down at AAA.
And not worried about his own situation. He's got his hands full here with his first 2 months of regular duty in the big leagues. Another 1-2 pitch. Ramirez lays off. Ricky Romero was signed to a multi-year deal, not only because he's a good pitcher, but because he's a good teammate and a good leader. Adam Lind was extended for the same qualities. Jose Bautista. Line drive to second, back to first, in time, double play. Brent Morrell took one extra step, and that proved fatal. Aaron Hill took the line drive. Watch the runner at first. One step towards second, one too many. Double play ends the inning. Before the start of this game, and he has pitched with the White Sox last year, including 3 starts.
Yeah, 3 starts, 8 games for Harrell last year. This year in AAA Charlotte, you can see his numbers: 21 walks, 38 strikeouts in 48 and 1 innings pitched. Lucas Harrell is a right-hander, 6'2". He was a former 4th-round draft pick in 2004.
See, Torey Lovello talking with Jose Bautista, and you can see Bautista motioning as if he was saying, when I came around the mound, then he said something to me, and Lovello's just trying to find out what happened between Bautista and Danks. Water under the bridge now, 5th inning. 9-2 Blue Jays lead. JP Arancibia 0 for 1. He walked and scored in the first. Harrell's 25 years old. He comes out of Springfield, Missouri. He was a 4th-round pick in the 2004 draft by the White Sox.
A starter in the minor leagues for him. He has made 120 starts in the minor leagues coming into this year. Tony Pena, who was on their roster, is now off of their roster.
Well, there's a good comeback fastball at 94, two-seamer with a lot of late movement.
Can't give up on that fastball. Got good movement on it. Watch this one come back. Right down the middle, and JP knew it.
Aaron Hill, his first home run of the season, came back in the first inning. A grand slam. Popped up. Konerko over will give it a look. Blue Jays getting their first look at Lucas Harrell. Harrell had shoulder surgery back in 2007. Missed the entire season. Well, he's got pretty good movement on that two-seam fastball. Blue Jays scored 6 runs in the first inning, added 3 more in the 4th. White Sox have scored a single run in the first and 1 in the 3rd. Big bouncing ball to the shortstop. 2 outs. Don't forget to tune in tonight at 7 p.m. Eastern Time when the Canadian Junior Hockey Supremacy will be decided. It'll be St. John versus Mississauga. They face off for the 2011 MasterCard Memorial Cup. Join us Sunday at 7 Eastern on Sportsnet East, Ontario, West, and Pacific.
I think I'll have to tune in tonight.
It's been a good weekend for championships. Of course, the Champions League final, Barcelona beat Man U yesterday. Quite a game. Edwin Encarnacion sounded like he broke his bat, and he'll get another base hit just over the outstretched glove of Ramirez.
The Ricky Romero bat died a hero. That's the bat that Encarnacion, you see him laughing a little bit now. I'm sure Romero's all over him. He used it his first time up today to hit a home run, and that time muscles a ball into left field for a base hit.
It died a warrior. 2 hits, including Encarnacion's first home run of the season. Rajay Davis takes the first pitch strike. He was hit by a pitch last time. Bouncing ball. Morel waits on it. Davis can run. No chance. Well, anytime you back up on an infield hit by Davis, you're going to be in trouble.
Yeah. You got to charge it. You can't wait for the true hop or the big hop, however you want to talk about it. You can see how deep he is. He waits back, backs up, sets his feet, and that's all it takes. For a guy who can run from the right-handed batter's box like Rajay Davis, that's all it takes. Hustling all the way, and he's rewarded with an infield hit.
So Davis is aboard twice this afternoon. His average at 265. Jason Nix snapped an 0 for 22 with a single in the first. There's another hit down the left field line. Kind of shown is coming around. He'll score. Davis right behind him, being waved home. There's no throw to home. Nix his second hit, a 2-run double with 2 outs here in the 5th.
And a couple of RBIs for Jason Nix. He was stuck on 6 RBIs for the longest time. That time he keeps it just inside third base. Hard fastball by Harrell, and he just yanks it right down the left field line. The great speed by Rajai Davis gets him a couple of RBIs as he scores all the way from first. Blue Jays stretch it out to 11-2 now.
11 runs on 12 hits. Third double of the season for the Blue Jays third baseman. Everybody in the Jays starting lineup has either gotten the hit, scored a run, or driven in a run. Third consecutive double-digit hit game for the Blue Jays. Had 15 hits in last night's game. Jose Molina's at bat in the 13th was changed from an error on the shortstop to a base hit. Had 12 hits on Friday night. Escobar dropped the bat, and the appeal to first base is ruled no swing.
Does Jose know that they changed that to a hit? Because that's a 3-hit game for him. Then.
Yeah, and I'm sure he doesn't. He's probably wondering what happened to the one the night before.
That's right.
Same type of play. It was ruled an error in his first at bat on Friday night. Similar type play when Ramirez was charged with an error, but could have been ruled a hit. 3-1 to Escobar, who takes a walk. Corey Patterson's had a couple of big days the last 2 games here. He homered in the 4th.
High fastball, and he just turns on that one. Second home run in as many days for Corey Patterson. Part of a 3-run inning in the 4th inning. Look at the average for Patterson, jumping up to 293.
Blue Jays have hit 3 home runs in this game this afternoon. They haven't had a 4 home run game since the opener against Minnesota. Patterson with the count in his favor. Another base hit. Nix is being waved around third. Here comes the throw from Clinton. It'll be cut off. Corey Patterson's on fire. 8 hits in the last 2 games.
And you want to stay right there. Stay unconscious. Get yourself into a good hitter's count. Put a good swing on it. That's all you can do. Rips it through the right side. Another RBI. His 24th of the season. Escobar goes first to third.
Now, this has an ugly look to it for the White Sox. They used 6 pitchers in yesterday's 14-inning game. Lucas Harrell has been a starter in the minor league, so he might have to take one for the club today. They've got 3 more games on this trip starting tomorrow night against the Red Sox. We had mentioned how difficult it had been for pitchers. Vin Mazzaro had a forgettable start earlier in the season. Sean O'Sullivan yesterday for the Royals allowed 10 runs on 15 hits and gave up 5 home runs in a start.
It was down in Texas against the hard-charging Rangers.
He's the first pitcher since 1940 to allow 15 hits, 10 runs, and 5 homers in one game. Sometimes you just gotta take one for the team. Jose Bautista fouls it off the catcher and the umpire. Blue Jays have had a 6-run first, a 3-run fourth, and now a 3-run fifth. And it's still alive, just 2 outs. Escobar on base for the 3rd time. He's at third. Patterson is at first. High slider, 2-2. I mentioned the 4 home runs in the opener. 13 runs, also a season high against Minnesota. Right field line, long drive, but slices foul. Also significant, look back to that opener on April 1st. That's the last time the Blue Jays have had their entire team intact. They hadn't had their lineup together since opening day.
A lot of assortment of injuries. Adam Lind is not in the lineup. He was there on opening day, and I believe he had a home run in that game. Blue Jays scored 13 runs for Ricky Romero that day.
2-2, 2 outs. Popped back. Bautista and Lynn did go back-to-back in the opener against Minnesota. 5th inning, back-to-back home runs, part of that 4-homer game to start the season.
"20 home runs for Jose Bautista. Did it in his 44th game yesterday.
Another 2-2 pitch from Lucas Harrell. Full count. Patterson at first will be off on the pitch. Chased a high fastball. Harrell gets out of it. Blue Jays strand a pair, but they have scored 12 runs on 13 hits. 3 more hits for Corey Patterson this afternoon. Ricky Romero.
Yeah, Rajay Davis goes to center field to take away a hit from Lou Bridge. Corey Patterson holds Brent Burrell to a single with a nice play, and it's not a double play without that play by Patterson in left field to end the 5th inning on the line drive out. So they played some great defense behind Ricky Romero.
Jason Nix, Rajay Davis, Corey Patterson, and Aaron Hill all flashing the leather. Gets overlooked when you pound out 13 hits. Eric Thames takes over defensively for Bautista in right. Thames played both corners in AAA, played left and right field in AAA. Made his first big league start in the outfield yesterday afternoon.
He had a great opportunity to get Jose Bautista off and get him a couple of innings off. He has played a lot of ball. He's been on base a lot. That takes a lot out of you, a lot of running. And it also gives the Blue Jays a chance to take a look at Thames in the outfield. Made a nice catch in yesterday's game.
Aaron Sebia takes the mask off, but Clinton pops it over the screen. Eric Thames has held his own at the plate. Done a pretty good job. He's got 4 RBI since he's joined the ball club. And he's just trying to get acclimated in this big league atmosphere. Thames has now appeared in 10 games since coming up from AAA. 3-1 to the leadoff batter here in the 6th inning. Ricky Romero has allowed the White Sox 2 runs on 5 hits through 5. Romero's 4-4. He got a no decision last time out against the Yankees. 7 strong innings. He left with a 4-1 lead, only to watch it evaporate.
It's happened a couple of times for Ricky this year where he is left with the lead. Forget about the record. Look at the earned run average for Romero. It's under 3. He is matched up against some tough pitching this year, and he has really, I think, pitched well.
Breaking ball, and Quinton will take the walk. That starts the 6th. When you look at yesterday's game and the way the Blue Jays had a roller coaster game, they blew 3 leads in that game. But there were a lot of heroes. Bautista had 3 hits in his 20th. Patterson with a 5-hit game and a walk-off. Rivera, the big 3-run double. Molina had 3 hits. Paul Konerko chases the first pitch.
Those were all the offensive stars in yesterday's game, but they don't win that game without Luis Perez doing what he did when he came out of the bullpen.
Picked up his first major league win through 3 2/3 innings of relief. He looks pretty comfortable here, doesn't he? I know somebody that really likes him a lot. The skipper.
He was saying he threw 39 pitches yesterday, 33 of them for strikes. I mean, that's dealing right there. And the first batter he faced.
There's a ball shot into the gap in right center. Thames gets over, plays it on the big hop. Konerko is going to be stopped at first. Carlos Quinton goes first to third. Paul Konerko with his 2nd hit of the afternoon. A long single to the alley in right center.
Had an RBI single his last time up to left field. That time he shoots one to right field.
When you hear John Farrell talk about Luis Perez, he mentions composure, mound presence, and one thing I thought was very interesting, he said he can get strikes in the strike zone. He can get outs in the strike zone with his fastball.
Yeah, he doesn't. You don't have to get major league hitters to chase to get him out. And all that means, strikes in the strike zone, is his action on his breaking ball and his fastball is in the strike zone with great movement. No fear. when he came into the ball game. His first batter he faced was done with the winning run at third base, and he got him and got out of that inning. Picked up his first W.
Romero gets ahead of Rios 0-2. First and third, nobody out. Blue Jays with a 10-run lead. We had talked about these White Sox in the previous 3 games of this series, how each game had been so close and tightly contested. 14 innings yesterday. The game was back and forth on Friday. Ozzie Guillen's team has had a struggle playing in this ballpark. Rios pops it up. Hill is back, pedaling into right field, makes the catch, and everybody has to hold their ground. First out of the inning. Let's check in with Jamie Campbell. Justin Masterson has been great for the Indians going into the game this afternoon. 5-2 record. And the Indians, boy, they have had some run. They beat James Shields and the Rays 7-3 yesterday. Carlos Carrasco picking up his 4th win. We will see the Indians for the next 3 games. They'll come into town for a 3-game series.
Masterson has been masterful, finally getting all his pitches over for strikes.
Red Sox were asked about Masterson, whether or not they would make that trade again. They picked up Victor Martinez from the Indians, and almost in unison they all said yes. They're blocked by Aaron Sevilla. Adam Dunn with a ball and 2 strikes, 1 out in the 6th inning. This is a Dunn kind of game. He's walked and struck out. Five strikeouts now for Romero. Dunn has gone down twice.
This time with a runner at third base and less than 2 outs. Big strikeout.
Broken bat right to the shortstop, who flips it in time to second to force Canerco. Escobar showing great range. Defense has been highlighted all afternoon, but the bats have done all the damage. 3 home runs in the game. Hill with a grand slam in the first. Encarnacion back-to-back with Hill. And then Corey Patterson is on fire. His 4th home run. That's the pregame show with Jamie Campbell and Greg Zahn. That's 3:30 p.m. Pacific time. Jays on Sportsnet, first of 3 with the Cleveland Indians. Right now, the Jays are 9-5 against the American League Central Division. The Indians 31-18 with a 6.5 game lead over the Tigers in the Central.
And they were sending their number 1 to the mound, Fausto Carmona.
Juan Rivera shoots it off the wall in left. He's headed for second. Juan Pierre's throw is offline. Second double of the afternoon for Juan Rivera. He has 9 doubles.
Stay hot. Patterson swinging a hot bat, and so is Juan Rivera. He's thinking too. As soon as he hits it, he was thrown out trying to stretch a double into a triple earlier today. This time, a good safe slide in the second.
That's 14 hits for the Blue Jays. Their season high is 15. That came back on the 6th of May against the Tigers. And that's going to tie it. Aaron Sebe with a single. That'll chase home Juan Rivera. The 15th hit ties the season high for the Blue Jays.
Well, no secret here. Fastball in the inner half, and it shot out in the left field by Aaron Sebe. AP picks up his 25th RBI of the season.
Blue Jays have 15 hits. They are 6 for 8 with runners in scoring position. That has been a weak spot all season long, but not today. Looked like that foul tip, just a check swing foul tip, went right back into the catcher Castro.
You can tell from this replay here, check swing, yeah, right off the right bicep of Castro.
A.J. Przinsky played the first 3 games of this series. And he's probably sitting on that bench thinking, man, I'm glad I'm not in this game. You and I have been on the bad end of these games in the past, and
they seem to take forever,
don't they? Blue Jays 13-2 over the White Sox.
It also seems like you play defense all day long. You hit, boom, 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 you're back out on the field. You've been on the field all afternoon.
Blue Jays 13 runs. That also ties the season high. Once again came in that season opener April 1st against Minnesota. A ball and 2 strikes to Hill. Blue Jays needed a laugher and played an awful lot of tight ball games.
1-run games, 2-run games, everything down to the last at bat.
Just foul.
What does a laugher do? It gives your team a chance to kind of relax a little bit. Their at bats, they aren't so stressful, tenseful. Pitchers don't have to be absolutely perfect and have maximum effort on every single pitch.
No, and it gives your bullpen time to regroup. 6 relievers pitched in yesterday's game. Jojo Reyes will go to the mound tomorrow in the series opener against that good Indians ball club. So it allows you to really sort things through. Bautista gets half the game off. He's come out of the game. The bullpen gets a little extra rest. They can kick back and free their minds up a little bit. And then after this game, John Farrell will turn his focus to the Indians.
Yeah, he doesn't have to be all stressed out either.
Bouncing ball. Caneco makes the grab and finds Harrell on the run. Hill's retired.
It's Canada's best-selling car 13 years in a row. Honda, the official vehicle of the Toronto Blue Jays.
went out bottom of the 6th inning. Edwin Encarnacion's had a couple of hits. J.P. Arancibia, with his first hit this inning, is in scoring position. Encarnacion has a 3-hit day. Arancibia will be stopped at third. That stroke's been missing for a while. It's the kind of day that can get him going, and the Blue Jays really need his bat.
Did you feel like after he hit his first home run, we got a shot of him on the bench, and he breathed a big sigh of relief? He got his first home run, and John Farrell said that he felt like he was under a lot of pressure trying to hit that first home run of the season. Get that monkey off your back. Watching him on the bench clowning around with his teammates showed me that he is a lot more relaxed now.
Well, he had used Ricky Romero's bat when he hit his home run. His first home run of the season came with a pitcher's bat. Sharply hit second base, Lillibridge to Ramirez. Quick double play that ends the inning in the 6th, but the Blue Jays tack on another run. They lead the White Sox 13-2 after 6 complete. Just 2 runs on 6 hits. Going back to last year, Romero has enjoyed a lot of success against the White Sox.
Yeah, had a no-hitter deep into this ball game until Alex Rios homered against him. In that game, he had the good curveball. He also had the good changeup. He finished with 12 strikeouts. He would do it again 3 weeks later against the Texas Rangers. He would have a 12 strikeout game, but that was the first one of his career.
Sure. Mike McCoy takes over defensively at short. Yunel Escobar has played all but 3 games this year, so he gets the rest of this game on. First pitch swinging. Brett Lillibridge lifts a high pop-up. Patterson is there. 1 pitch, 1 out in the 7th. Third baseman Brent Morrell. Blue Jays have a chance to get over 500 entering the game, 26-26, and they've been at 500 a few times this year, but haven't really had the ability to expand beyond that.
They get to it, they fall back, then they get to it, and they might go over a game or 2, and then they fall back. It's been that type of year, up, down, some inconsistencies. Some of that has to do with the young starters that they've had in the rotation. A lot of it has to do with the injuries that they have had.
Mike McCoy gets a chance. Makes an easy play. 2 quick outs here in the 7th. McCoy in his 5th stint with the Blue Jays this season, and he's handled it professionally according to the manager John Farrell. Every time he gets the news, hey Mike, I'm going to send you back to AAA, kind of shrugs his shoulders and said whatever you need. And he stays ready when he gets the call from Las Vegas. Juan Pierre with a single in 3 trips. Look out. Breaking ball slipped out of Romero's hand. Give me your impression of this ball club being 500 right now, given everything they've had to deal with.
I don't want to say it's amazing that they're at 500, but everything that they have gone through to be at 500, I think, you know, hats off to those guys who just haven't given up.
Well, that's a good phrase, too, giving up, because it's easy to feel sorry for yourself in this game. Injuries take you out for a time or two. Ron Rivera got off to a slow start. Some playing time was taken away from him because of that. He's hung in there, now is stretched out to an 11-game hit streak. Been a slow start for Hill. He ends up with a grand slam and his first home run today. But when you look at the team and the mention of injuries, in and out, lack of performance, you see that at 500 with a chance of going over before you take on the Indians, pretty good accomplishment.
Yeah, and one thing that we have learned about this team is they will battle you all the way to the end. As Romero can't finish off Pierre, buzzes him up in the end. And I think that tells you the type of character that some of these players are bringing to the ballpark every day. And there's that last pitch fastball that's up and in. He wanted it down and away.
2-2, 2 outs. Rivera will have to go to the bag quickly. Gets there just ahead of Pierre. Good play by Juan Rivera as he slid to the bag and stepped on it before Pierre crossed. Heads up play. Rivera acknowledging the speed of Pierre, slides to tag first. 1-2-3, 7. Considerations. We'll check in with the commissioner by tablet. But first, Nix drives the ball to left. Pierre on the run makes the catch. 1 out.
Good.
So, Commish, give us your breakdown on some of these comeback plays.
Yeah, I'm going to title this one Comeback Considerations. Chase Utley has been battling a knee problem all spring long. He is back in the lineup. He's already hit a home run since his return from injury. So think about putting him into your lineup. Carl Crawford, look at the comeback he's come back from. April, awful, 155, and in May he is hotter than anybody in baseball. Jair Jurgens, 6-1. That 156 earned run average leads the National League. 6 wins. Only Cole Hamels and Kevin Correa have more wins in the National League. So Jurgens quietly putting together an excellent season.
Atlanta's not going to go anywhere in that National League East. Jurgens is pitching well. They've got enough good pitching.
He's coming back from some injuries also.
But how about the Red Sox? We thought we were just going to write the Red Sox off. 0-6 start. Just had a terrible start to their season. Now they're ahead of the Yankees by a game and a half. Boy, and if you hadn't paid attention, you wouldn't pick up on that.
Zoop. Right through everybody. 29 and 22 now. Only trailing the Indians in terms of won-loss percentage in the American League.
Mike McCoy grounds it to third. Morrell in plenty of time. There are 2 outs here in the 7th.
But didn't we all figure that something like that was going to happen with the Red Sox?
Too many good players. Reminder, fans, tune in tonight at 7 Eastern when Canadian junior hockey supremacy will be determined. It will be St. John and Mississauga facing off for the 2011 MasterCard Memorial Cup. Join us tonight at 7 on Sportsnet East, Ontario, West, and Pacific. The final game of the 2011 Memorial Cup. Yeah, the Red Sox, just too many good players. And they've done this all without Lackey and Daisuke Matsuzaka. They're both on the disabled list.
2/5 of their starting rotation. They've picked it up in the bats. It's an all-star team, you know, when you talk about their offense.
Corey Patterson, boy, what a couple of days he's had. 3 more hits today. He had 5 hits in the game yesterday. He's hit 2 home runs in the last 2 games. And takes an excuse-me swing at that fastball. Patterson overall, he had an 0 for on Friday night. He was 0 for 4 Friday night. 2 for 4 on Thursday night. That's 10 hits in 4 games. 11.
And that should put him over 300 for the season. He came up in that at bat at 297. What a feeling it is when you go up there and the bat just feels so good coming through the strike zone. The ball looks about the size of a beach ball, and every time you swing it, you find a hole.
Well, you can tell me because I've never experienced it.
You just ride it, Buck. You just ride it.
Wow. Tell you what, right now he's prepared to hit anybody. Eric Thames came on defensively for Jose Bautista. This is his first at bat. Bruce Walton talking to Ricky Romero. It'll be a pretty pleasant conversation today. Casey Jansen appears ready down in the bullpen.
Yeah, he got up and started throwing as soon as the last out was made last inning. So I'm sure his afternoon is finished. Romero in line for his 5th win.
Jansen worked an inning on Friday night. He has thrown the ball very well of late. So Thames with a 3-0 count. Full count. 2 outs here in the 7th inning. Blue Jays have set a new season high with 17 hits. Thames drives it to left field, but that'll hang up for Juan Pierre. Thames and the Blue Jays are retired. They strand a runner. Look like Ricky Romero is done for the afternoon. He will pick up his 5th win of the season. Casey Jansen will come out of the Blue Jays bullpen. 7 innings. Blue Jays way out in front. Aaron Rodgers.
There's a lot of offense that we could talk about this afternoon, but let's talk about the leather. And Rajay Davis takes away extra bases from Brent Lilbridge, saving a couple of runs for his starting pitcher, Ricky Romero. The leather from Rajay Davis is today's play of the game.
Good defense all over the diamond as Jason Nix made a good play at third. Davis made a fine catch in center. Corey Patterson's had an impact with his defense. And now Casey Jansen comes out of the bullpen in relief of Ricky Romero.
Very clean inning the last time Jansen was on the mound. That was 2 days ago against the White Sox when he picked up the win through an inning, gave up a hit and a walk in that game. There are his numbers all the way around. Jansen has allowed a run in just 3 of his 21 appearances this year.
Shortstop Alexei Ramirez will take a first pitch strike. Ramirez is 0 for 3 today. Stay tuned after this inning. Coming up, a connected update with Jamie Campbell and Greg Zahn from Blackberry Broadcast Studio. Lots to talk about, I'm sure. Lots going on around baseball, and certainly a lot to break down from this game. Blue Jays bats have really come alive. They've had 3 consecutive double-digit hit games. 12, 15, and now 17.
Just in time before the Indians get to town. That pitching staff for the Indians is 5th in the American League in ERA. So the bat's warming up just in time.
Strike 3 call. Ramirez didn't like the call at all, and David Rackley, the home plate umpire, didn't react to him.
That might be some frustration right there. It's 13-2. It's the 8th inning. It's been a long afternoon, and you get a chance to hit. It looked like the cutter came back enough for a strike. This one with tail overhead, just off the plate, but 13-2.
1 out. Carlos Quentin's homered. He's also reached base with a walk. He's 1 for 2. Quentin now with 11 home runs on the road. That leads the American League. No swing down at first, says Bruce Dreckman. White Sox had won 6 of the previous 9 games before this series. They were hot. Blue Jays have cooled them off dramatically.
Yeah, they were starting to score some runs. Pitching was starting to get put into where they need to. Went into one of those runs. I still think the White Sox are going to make some noise in the American League Central. They just have too many good pitchers, too many good players, and they will sort it all out, I think.
Breaking ball, cut on and missed. Two balls and 2 strikes. Jake Peavy will open up the Red Sox series for Chicago. Peavy will make his 4th start. It's the same pitch Ramirez was called out on. Quentin shoots it into right field. Thames is there, makes the catch. 2 outs. Ricky Romero. Another good outing for Romero as he goes 7 innings here this afternoon.
Looking to win his 3rd in his last 4 starts. In line for number 5. 107 pitches, 5 strikeouts, a couple of walks for Romero. Early on, he wasn't as sharp, but I thought from the 4th inning on, he found his pitches. Struck out the side in the 4th inning. Looked very good through 7 innings.
Pinch hitter Dallas McPherson will bat for Paul Konerko. McPherson 0 for 3 in the series. Jansen's made a lot of quality pitches this year, really working well down in the zone, both sides of the plate.
That cut fastball is a little bit harder this year, and he can get it under left-handers' bats.
Drops the curveball in there for a strike. That's Gordon Beckham. You can see he's got a black left eye. He was hit on a throw from the outfield here 2 nights ago, and he's hopeful of getting back on the field tomorrow in Boston. Two and 2 to the pinch hitter McPherson. Tracy Jansen strikes out 2. A 1-2-3-8th inning. We have played 7.5 here at Rogers Center. Now it's time for a Connected Update with Jamie and Greg from the Blackberry Broadcast Studio. McPherson stays in defensively at first base. Juan Rivera down the right field line. Quentin on the run. He'll get there and makes a fine sliding catch. What an effort by Carlos Quentin. His team down by 11 in the 8th inning, and he gave it everything he had. Takes away extra bases from Rivera.
All out. That's the only way to play this game. No matter the inning, the score, any circumstances, all out. And that's exactly what he did here. Stretches out and takes away a hit from Juan Rivera and then crashes into that wall. Down the right field line. Nice play.
Well, that's a heck of a catch. JP Arancibia. It's a shot right back over the mound into center. His second hit of the afternoon. Arancibia's been aboard 3 times.
Wow, that could have been dangerous. Right back through the box. JP's been on base 3 times this afternoon.
Lucas Hill working for the first time this season in the big leagues. Hill pops it up behind the mound. Lillibridge, the second baseman, makes the catch. Harold was just added to the roster prior to this game, and he got a visit early in the outing from Don Cooper, the pitching coach, and I'm sure the message was, hey, Lucas, we need you to finish out this ball game.
Yeah, starter in the minor leagues. He was placed on the roster when Tony Pena went on the DL with elbow tendonitis.
Edwin Encarnacion has had a good afternoon. 3 hits, including his first home run of the season. Bouncing ball to third. Morel goes to second for the force out. Blue Jays will go to the ninth. They have scored 13 runs on 18 hits. Big day for the offense. Sean Kemp will try to close it out.
Aaron Hill will pick this one out, and what a time to hit his first home run of the season. It's a grand slam home run, capping that 6-run first inning. For Hill, a home run, his first of the season. RBI total up to 23. Hopefully, first of many.
Yeah, got that monkey off his back, as did Edwin Encarnacion. They both hit their first home runs in the first inning, back-to-back situation. Sean Kemp on to work tonight. Rios jumps on the first pitch and hits it down the left field line. Rios is headed towards second, and he'll get there with a leadoff stand-up double. 10th double of the season for Alex Rios. Adam Dunn with a couple more strikeouts here this afternoon. Blue Jays broke it open wide early in the first inning. White Sox got off to 1-0 lead. Blue Jays countered with 6 runs in the bottom of the first. 6 runs on 6 hits. Hill's grand slam home run, followed by Encarnacion's solo shot.
And they haven't stopped. We were talking in the early parts of this game where the offense, you get 6 runs early and you tend to say, okay, that should be enough, but they've really done a good job of keeping the pedal to the metal, going up there having good at bats. Everybody having good games. Aaron Hill with that grand slam. Big blow in the first inning.
Blue Jays went down 1-2-3 in the third, but after that they had a 3-run fourth, a 3-run fifth, a single run in the sixth. Corey Patterson with 4 hits today. Off speed pitch done, chases.
At some point, the White Sox hitters are going to make pitchers pay. I just think they're just too good. Here's a guy who's hit 40 home runs. You know he's going to be up there by the end of the season. Weak ground ball to the right side.
It's Canada's best-selling car 13 years in a row. Honda, the official vehicle of the Toronto Blue Jays.
Good day for Blue Jay fans here at Rogers Center. They have seen an awful lot of hitting. Castro drives it to left field, and this ball is into the seats. Ramon Castro, his second home run of the season. A 2-run home run comes with 1 out in the ninth.
The hits this inning on first pitches from Sean Camp. This one right in the wheelhouse of Castro. And both hitter and pitcher knew that he got enough of that one. Home run number 2, RBIs 5 and 6 for Castro.
Second home run of the afternoon for the White Sox, and the Blue Jays done a pretty good job of keeping them in the ballpark. Only 4 home runs during these 4 games. And there's another hit down the left field line. Brett Willibridge is headed for second. Fans, another reminder, tune in tonight at 7 Eastern when Canadian Junior Hockey Supremacy will be on the line. It will be St. John and Mississauga facing off for the 2011 MasterCard Memorial Cup. Join us Sunday at 7 Eastern on Sportsnet East, Ontario, West, and Pacific. Great wrap up to the junior hockey season. Morel pops up to Rivera. It's their second out of the inning. Now the Blue Jays look like they're going to take 3 of 4 from the White Sox before they welcome in the Cleveland Indians. And that'll be an interesting series. I'm anxious to see the Cleveland Indians. We haven't seen them yet, and Manny Actus got them off to a good start.
We've heard about them through the first 7 weeks of the season. Every time you turn on the television, they're winning a game in their last at bat. So it'd be good to watch them for a couple days. Some good pitching matchups that we will see also.
Fausto Carmona will open things up against Jojo Reyes. That'll be tomorrow night at 7:07 p.m. Juan Pierre. Corey Patterson is there, and the Blue Jays have won it. Corey Patterson ends the game, and he had another big day with the bat. 4 more hits this afternoon, another home run. Aaron Hill hits off the snide, his first home run, a grand slam in the first. Edwin Encarnacion, 3 hits as the DH, including his first home run. Blue Jays win a lopsided affair 13-4. We'll see you tomorrow night.